Hello, everybody. I'm going to be here on Thursday, the last game of the NBA Finals. We're going to be here for the end of the season, the CSGA win Finals MVP, see the Thunder wrap up a record breaking championship. I'm not sure if the Thunder are top five for teams with most wins to win a championship. So here we are, the final game of the season for the NBA on Thursday. The clinching game for the Thunder. They're gonna dominate. They're gonna win by 10 points. SGA is gonna hit 40 points. This guy is gonna be a Terminator. And for anybody who says, "Well, they want to win it on their home floor," that's not how these guys think. These guys go about their business. They just want to end the series. You don't want to give the other team a chance. The Pacers have zero chance. I told you, over 90% of the series betting on the Pacers, zero chance. You saw how the push-off went in Game 4. You saw how Game 5 went when the coach takes out his best hand. And he's the same guy, Rick Carlisle, who said anyone who uh, uh, criticizes Scott Foster. He said it was stupidity in his own words. So the Pacers know they're losing. Tyrese Halliburton's blaming it on the injuries. He's going to play like he's injured. He has to play like he's injured. Otherwise, he's making excuses about his poor performance in Game 5. So Halliburton's going to play like he's injured. The Thunder going to dominate. So who's top five for most wins in a season to win the championship? Obviously, the Warriors at 73, the Bulls at 72, the Thunder at 68. We already know what's going down at Indiana. The Thunder are going to dominate. I am going to see history. A small market team in Oklahoma winning and lifting up the Larry O'Brien Trophy. How often do we see a small market win? Some say we haven't seen it since Milwaukee. Milwaukee, Cleveland, OKC. They're the next one. So they did it without Kevin Durant. The shaming ritual is complete. The T-Wolves, I told you, never had a chance. I told you the Pacers never had a chance. So here we go. Thursday's about witnessing history, and Thursday's about seeing this is going to be the last time we see a matchup like this, a matchup between two small markets. The NBA's not playing around. They got to help their advertisers turn a profit. They need people to watch. This is the last time we're ever going to see a matchup like this because the networks are paying their advertisers even more money to air advertisements during the commercials. This is mostly about paying the advertisers throughout the regular season, and especially in the playoffs if the regular season doesn't bring in the do-re-mi. This is the last time we're going to see something like this happen, I guarantee you, for quite a long time. That's another reason why you should watch on Thursday. The damage already been done. This is the lowest rated final since 2007. The damage already been done. The damage has already been done. The casuals did not tune in. The damage has already been done. So might as well watch. They don't care about the Game 7. They can easily have the Game 7 next year if they want to. The numbers are going to be skyrocket from Game 1 all throughout, from Game 1 to Game 7. They're making that money back next year. You already know the Lakers are already in the dance. But the one thing I have to do before Thursday is to watch the Mind the Game podcast between Goat Keen LeBron and Steve Nash. The insight of this NBA Finals from the perspective of Goat Keen LeBron James. That's one thing I have to do before Thursday so it can make me appreciate a matchup like this a little bit more because, of course, the San Antonio Spurs international viewers, maybe Luke is going to get over the shadow of only winning because of Goat King LeBron James. It is here to stay. I don't know what's happened with Book. Unfortunately, he may never win a championship at this point, unfortunately. Is Joker going to make it back? Is the NBA going to force some of these guys to change markets, whatever? they call us in a comfort zone. I can see Giannis going to New York. I can see Kevin Durant going to New York. I like Kevin Durant in New York. Could they land both Giannis and Kevin Durant? Probably, and I will not be surprised to see Jalen Brunson, Giannis, and Kevin Durant all together. But at the least, New York is going to have to get one of the two. Giannis or Kevin Durant. But Kevin Durant, it's either the Knicks or the Spurs. No in between. Super team with Wemby and De'Aaron Fox, or you have this guy be the guy who's going to put the Knicks over the line eventually. So the NBA offseason is going to be rocking. Some people say Kevin Durant is going to be traded before July. We'll have to see what happens. I honestly don't see the NBA trading Kevin Durant to the Houston Rockets. I'd be stunned if it's not the Spurs or the Knicks. I'm pretty convinced it's got to be either one of the two. New York or allow Wemby to make the playoffs. So it's one of the two. They already have De'Aaron Fox. They already got some other good guys, So they'll be good next year. I think they still have Chris Paul. So San Antonio is going to be a team that is going to be in the playoffs, at least finish top 10, be in the play-in, be in the playoffs. So that's already going to make next season interesting. But Halliburton is not a superstar. He is a franchise player, but not a superstar. Is he a guy who can turn into a scorer when his team is down? I highly doubt it. He's a very talented player. But if you're a superstar, you don't shit the bed like this guy did. You only hit 30 points. How many times? 3 or 4 times this postseason. Tyrese Halliburton is a very, very good player, but he is overrated. But you're never winning the NBA Finals with Tyrese Halliburton. 20 points is not good enough in today's NBA. You have to average 23, 25, 26 to be a superstar. Goat Kinnabarn is 13th in the NBA in scoring, and that was at 24 points per game. You have to be a lot better in order to win in today's NBA. With the lax defense in today's NBA, you've got to definitely crack over 20 points. You have to crack over 23 points. The fact is, the statistics say Tyrese ain't good enough. Pascal Siakam has been the more consistent player on the Indiana Pacers, and he won a championship. It's over for these guys. I'd be stunned if the Thunder don't win by double digits. You saw how Williams, number 8, turned into Kobe or whatever. He basically, what he said was he was in killer mode. And he definitely was in killer mode. But now, SGA got to finish the job. He is going to be finals MVP. He's got to be the finisher. That's what you have to be right here. The NBA Finals is over. It is over. They don't care about a Game 7, but what a coincidence. They don't have a Game 7 until Goat Kinnabarn is back next year. The last time they had a Game 7 was Goat Kinnabarn James. Something to it. Goat Kinnabarn brings more excitement to an NBA Finals. Stephen Curry failed against the Raptors. The loser Phoenix Suns were an abomination. The Celtics were in ice. They were frozen. They were in ice mode. So we had a few opportunities to have a Game 7. Miami Heat, Lakers were far better. They gave them Game 1. They gave them Game 5. They're up 3-1, but they gave them Game 5. The Mavs never showed up, so that never went 6 games because of what's his name? Bill Walton, number 5, and the series ended in 5. But here, it is truly over. The Thunder are your NBA champions. Let's dispel the notion that the Pacers have a chance. They don't have a chance. The house always wins. Over 90% of the bets before the series was on the Pacers because the Thunder didn't pay anything out. It's a shaming ritual of Kevin Durant. NBA would like to market SGA as a top 5 player. Happens to be Canadian. Is someone you could market in Canada. This NBA Finals is over. Alex Caruso is going to win the championship. Alex Caruso is going to face off against the Lakers in next year's postseason. I'm already excited about next year's postseason. Austin Reeves is going to show that he's the guy in a return back to Oklahoma where he played college basketball. And it's under a half hour away from Norman, Oklahoma. So I am already pumped up for next year. I think Thunder Lakers going to go 7 games next year. It's going to go 7. Lakers are what, 16-8 in game 7s. I'm not sure what equals 17 for OKC, but I see a situation where Goki LeBron is going to beat the Thunder in 7 games. The defending champion against Goki LeBron in game 7. Get the vino out. Get the popcorn out for that one. I can't wait for that one, man. What? How many months away? Well, the positive is that we're not even a year away. We are 10 months from the playoffs. 10 months from the playoffs because it's April and we in June, so 10 months away. We can bear with it. 10 months away. Goki LeBron. Obviously, the last thing that I'm looking forward to is who's the new center going to be on the Lakers. You have Hartenstein. You have the other guy. I know his name. I know his name. Oh, Chet. I know that guy. He hit white guy glasses. Chet Holmgren. Okay, Chet Holmgren, right? That's his name. Chet Holmgren. It's a first season for Caruso. He wins the title. Chet Holmgren. You see, I did remember the name. Yeah, he's from Minneapolis too, where the Lakers used to play at. So I know this is going down. This is going down next year. I already can't wait till next year. I already know these two teams are bound to face off each other. Why is it that Goki LeBron is at how many playoff wins? 28? 8 more. He gets to 36. Thunder's 36. That is their script from the beginning. Buckets in the first round. We beat the Thunder. Who's the third team going to be? I don't know who the third team's going to be, but Timberwolves may as well be a contender for the other team because that is a revenge narrative for the LA Lakers. They could end up getting 5 playoff wins against the T-Wolves, and that is what's representative. That's what's representative of Anthony Edwards. Number 5 is they get 5 playoff wins against the Timberwolves throughout these past 2 seasons to eliminate number 5, Anthony Edwards. I can totally see Lakers Timberwolves. It all depends on what the NBA wants. The Timberwolves already play the Warriors. I doubt they play it again. LA Clippers in there. They know the team. They know the team. Who else? Who else in there? San Antonio Spurs. They're in the mix. If there's a team that could take a slide inside the Grizzlies or the Rockets, because there's just simply too much room, and one team has to take a dive. It'll either be the Grizzlies or the Rockets, if I had to say. Yeah, Jalen Green wasn't that great, was he? Maybe they do take a step down next year. Jalen Green show he's not the guy that's going to get you consistent performances in the postseason. So regular season player, he's not going to be good enough against the cream of the crop. So I get the sense that Houston's going to be that team that's going to take the dive next year. Too many teams, and that's bad for the loser Phoenix Suns. He may be out of the playoffs again. Book of the bomb out of the playoffs again. The Suns just suck, man. This team sucks. The owner sucks. Everyone sucks on the loser Phoenix Suns. The NBA, when they give the Thunder a fucking championship, they hate the loser Phoenix Suns. They give the Milwaukee Bucks a championship, they hate the loser Phoenix Suns. They give the Raptors the championship, they hate my loser Phoenix Suns. Who else they give a championship to? Oh, the Cleveland Cavs, loser Phoenix Suns. They're the winningest of the top 5 winningest team in basketball up until 2010, before the dark ages. And this loser Phoenix Suns team, NBA hates loser Phoenix Suns. Record, which NBA champions won the most games? NBA champions with the best win-loss record. Number one, Bulls 87-13, 27 Warriors 83-16, 1972 Lakers 81-16, 97 Bulls 84-17, Sixers 67, 79, 17, Celtics 82, 18, 1986. Thunder lost 14 games in the regular season. They lost 3 against the Nuggets. They lost 1 against the T-Wolves. So the Thunder are going to be a top 10 team, but they're going to lose a total of 20 games throughout the season. So Thunder are they're not quite there with the very best of the best. They let the Nuggets in there a little bit. Still not many 68 teams, 68 win teams have won a championship in recent years. Outside the Warriors, we can't really think of one. So in recent history, this is something that hasn't been done, if ever. So Thunder are making history, and there is little to no doubt that the Thunder are making history on Thursday.